common sense and coffee, or coffee with common sense, however you want to say it. Tonight, while we're waiting on people to come in, I'm gonna go ahead and talk about what I want to talk about. We were discussing in another one of my videos. I really need to get that fixed. Take this fucking whiteboard down, huh? We were discussing strategies that we can use. I guess I need to have this on, huh? Or maybe go turn this other one on. See if that helps. All right, while we're waiting on people to come in, I want to talk or share with you kind of like an outline of what I'm looking at. Get over here on YouTube so I can see the chats better. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Oh, mute that. All right. Good morning, Droobs White. I'm going to be talking about a few things today. Number one, the California Public Employees Retirement Fund, pension fund, added tremendously to their account. Question, did they buy real shares or did they buy synthetic shares? That's a major question a lot of people have. They want to know, what do they hold? Do they hold synthetics? Do they hold real? So tonight, it's my intention to show y'all and to tell y'all and to clear up this misconception of what real shares versus naked shares means. But the California Public Employees Retirement Fund added crazily to their portfolio with AMC. Hey, everybody, come on in. Oh, the ham is in the house. What? What's up, Ham? I've been reading your comments. I've just been trying to get an outline for what we're going to be talking about tonight. And for those that'll be watching the review or the rerun, we're going to be talking about California Public Employment Retirement Fund adding to their portfolio, AMC. Question, did they buy real shares or did they buy synthetic shares? I'm going to answer that question for y'all. People want to know, will the price go up? Will we squeeze? Will we have a MOAS? I'm going to answer that. Also, I made reference in another video concerning the truckers. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Let me see. Brandon, good morning. Christopher, good morning. Shirley, good morning. Ham, my man. Brenda, I knew you'd be here, Brenda. I would have been disappointed if you didn't show up. Brenda, can I make you a moderator? Brandon's already a moderator. I could use one more. And I got some good news for y'all. I got to start keeping track of who my moderators are, because this might be my channel, but it's y'all's channel too, and it's going to be my intentions. I just got an email from Google saying they're sending me my ad revenue. Yay! But it's not my ad revenue. I make the videos. You watch the videos. It's your money. So I got a couple plans for that. It's here, darling. All you got to do is come get it. Yes. Did California Public Employees Retirement Fund buy real shares or synthetic shares? Anybody want to address that question using common sense and logic? I'm losing ad revenue because I'm smoking during my video, they tell me. I plan on sending out, we're going to have to figure out how we can do this, and I'll set up something in the community chat where y'all can answer. But if you're a moderator on this channel, it's my channel, it's your channel. It's my intention every time I get a revenue check that I support my moderators and cash app a few dollars to them for their work here on the channel. Oh, shit, pre-market. That's right, I'm here for the pre-market, huh? What's going on? It ain't open yet. What the fuck? It ain't moving? What do y'all think? Bloody week like a lot of people are saying, or a good green week? What do y'all think? Popcorn? Me too, buddy. Me too. Who said that? Ramen? Me too. All right. What do you think? Red week? Green week? My computer's not bringing up extended hours for the post market. I don't know what the fuck that's about. Let's see. I think this might be their last week to shove this down before transparency hits a week could run and they drop on AMC earnings date. Very possible. I mean, have we ever had a good positive earning and then the stock fall? Every fucking time. Why ain't mine coming up? Let me get out of that. I want to talk about this new extended trading close also, because there seems to be some misunderstanding. Well, actually, not no misunderstanding. I interpreted it correctly. I'm always green, Trey, and that gets me in a lot of trouble. I never concede the bear side of it. I'm always a couple things let's talk about. First off, I want to address that I said I believe the stock would go from 20. There it goes. Oh, okay. Oh, actually, it's not moving. What are y'all showing AMC at right now in the pre-market? I'm seeing 1788. Thank y'all for hitting the like button. Well, of course, DWOC is going to be running. Somebody made a comment to me that they was going to go deep in DWOC. I mean, it's supposed to be online, 1690 right now. What in the fuck is wrong? Oh, I guess I just got another group, Facebook or YouTube mark against me because I cussed. We're going to be talking about, for those that are getting here, I talked about, okay, it's time to try to get out of that. Oh, I know, I think I just remembered. I don't know what it is about them, but I can go over here to Weeble. $17.12. $22.22 Tuesday. Tuesday. $17.25. I'm getting there. Not really. I don't see how it would take away from us at all. I mean, there we go. No, that's sundial. Sundial. Ooh, sundial, you just took a big step down. and so has AMC. Now, y'all go look at Sundial and y'all go look at AMC's charts, and you tell me some shit ain't fucked up there. Okay. Will the price go up? Will we squeeze? Absolutely. I still hold to the theses that we've always held, that if we buy and we hold and they are shorting, they will eventually have to cover their short positions. That is what a short squeeze is. The mother of all short squeezes. The mother of all short squeezes is not a squeeze. Okay? The squeeze is when they cover their short positions. When we've talked about a MOAS, or a mother of all short squeezes, what we refer to is once the shorts have covered, we go into another phase. And that is when they have to start addressing their synthetic problem that they have. And as they address their synthetic problems that they have, the stock continues to rise till eventually, I mean, I know I've heard it. One stock went to 25,000, Volkswagen squeezed this and stuff, but those weren't MOASs, those were squeezes. And people want to ask about, what about the comparison between Volkswagen and AMC? Problem with comparison there is the float. The amount of shares that were in Volkswagen and the amount of shares here in AMC. So you can't compare the two. The squeeze happened over on Volkswagen when they realized what was going on, and they began to buy up the shares, and they eventually forced the shorts to cover. That had nothing to do with a MOAS. And over here on AMC, as the shorts begin to cover, they have to cover what? 107 million shares, something like that. But boy, be prepared, because you fix to start seeing that number go down. So anybody that says I said we're not squeezing, they're lying to you. You've heard it from the horse's mouth. We're going to squeeze. I have. I'm looking at it now. Let's take I want to see something here. I can't do it on the daily. Maybe I can do it on the 4 hour. 4 hour gives me pre-market, and it says volume is at 33,000, 34,000. AMC to the moon. 10,000 a share. Okay. Will it reach that high? Does it have the potential to reach 10,000? Yes. Get on them, Brenda. The California Public Employees Retirement Fund added to their position in AMC a lot. Did they buy real shares? That's the question. Or did they buy synthetic shares? Or is there a difference? I don't have any croissants with me tonight. I did bring home a king cake, though. I got a pecan praline king cake that I'm going to have with my coffee after this is all over with. Did California Public Employees Retirement Fund add to their position? Did they add synthetic shares or real shares? What to do? I can tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to hold. Thank you. That way you're not on camera. Will it run by March 4th? Nobody knows the answers to those kind of questions. I never said. Who said that the limit would be $1 trillion? All right, I'm waiting. Who said that the limit would be $1 trillion? Okay. All right. Right here. I will use this analogy again. What's in here? I'm gonna do a change jar. When I deep pocket everything, drop my change in my jar here. But inside this jar, this is the AMC shares inside this container. Okay. Somebody bought a share in January. They went into the buy pool. Somebody bought in February. Somebody bought in March. Somebody bought in December. Somebody bought yesterday. California Public Employee Retirement Fund. Everybody is inside of this can, people. My coffee can, by the way. Everybody is inside of this can. When you purchase a share today, if you purchase right now during pre-market, what's going to happen is you go into this can. Now, how do we separate real shares from synthetic shares? If everybody's in this can together, how do you separate who's what? According to y'all, it would be the timestamp that up until the last share was sold, and then everything becomes synthetic. But that's not right. Everything inside of this can, they're real shares right now. If you bought last week and you're in this can and you decide, fuck it. Oop, there goes YouTube again. You say, fuck it, I'm out. And you reach in there and you take your shares out and you sell them on the open market. Were they real shares? Did you get real money? You bought last week, but you decided it's a bad investment. I think I'm out. I didn't realize there was this much shit behind AMC, so I'm going to sell my shares today. Now, you're not, but hypothetically, follow along. Somebody will sell a share today. When they sell that share, what was it? A real share or a fake share? Switch back over here so I can see y'all. Yes, AMC is going to squeeze very, very soon. Cool runner. Give me some feedback, people. We'll talk brackets later. I just ask y'all, if you were in this bucket and you bought March and you said, this is too much bullshit, I'm out, and you sell your shares, you have to reach into this bucket, pull out your shares, and sell them. What's up, everybody? Beach guy. Simon, what's up? Fractional shares, same thing. I started off with fractional shares. Real money? Real money would equal real share, right? You bought in at March of 12. Okay. So, who was that? Daddy Mo ass. You bought in March at 12. Boom. You're in this bucket with everybody else, with every retail investor, with every institutional investor. Adam Aaron's shares are in this bucket. Everybody's shares is in this bucket. So you bought in March 12th. You say, I'm out. I'm tired of this shit. Tired of watching 8 Father videos. So you take your shares out and you sell them. You receive real money. Why? Because that's a real share. Yeah, I agree. There I got yous. A lot of people want to give Lou's shit behind that, but Lou's right. My broker, I'm beginning to understand. I didn't, when I bought my shares, I believe they were real shares. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it. I didn't buy because of synthetic shares. It depends, everybody, Jones. See, that's the thing. You got 100 shares. Are you going to be an investor, or are you going to be I don't want to use the word ape. Are you going to hold on for this super moass that goes to 10,000, or are you going to be an investor and take profits? Soon. I believe it's soon. I can't tell you when. They're changing the algorithm. How many people watch Extreme Gains? What? Wait a minute, Brenda. You can't. Brenda said you can't tell what's real or not. Real comes out when ones are sold, but I emailed my broker and asked if I had synthetics, and they said no. Okay, of course they're going to say no. Of course they're going to say no. Say, you got my money? Oh yeah, we got it. We got it. You got my shares? Oh yeah, we got it. We got it. Till the time comes and the axe falls. But she's right. You can't tell the difference inside the bucket. Inside the bucket, everybody's real. That sounds good. Chocolate covered bananas. They're changing. Something's going on with the algorithm right now. If Lou keeps saying GME and AMC is the same thing, but I don't ever see people talking brackets about it. Strictly AMC. So will GME squeeze at the same time? Yes. Yes, I believe, and that when I can only say what I believe. I believe they're going to squeeze at the same time. I'm kind of worried. I think sundial is going to squeeze with them too. Cause see, I did some research, and I'll show y'all in a video that I do. I went to Sophie. Well, I'll tell you what. I went to Google, and I typed in MOAS. And the reason I do that is when you Google something, you get little snippets where people are asking questions or answering questions, and you see if the question that you have is inside that snippet. And if it is, you can click it and it tells you the answer. Well, I clicked in, what is a MOAS? And according to Sophie, a MOAS is when more than one stock squeezes at the same time. Now, I'm not sure if I completely agree with that, but I can understand it. I know. I hope sundial holds out too. You're going to short it if it gets to 100,000 or 10,000. If you mean buy puts, I was just listening to Bigums and somebody made that comment that they would buy puts when it gets to the top. The only problem is nobody knows when the top's going to be. If you buy puts at 10,000 and this subbitch really does rip to 100,000, so don't put in a whole bunch. Moass. That's what my girlfriend had. She had moass that I could handle. Yeah, I know. Puts are gonna be crazy profit. If you can, if you, if you can guess when the top's gonna be, yeah. Duck, duck. I have one of them. I'm trying to think of how to say it. When Duck Duck first come out, and I was looking over there, and I'm like, I just can't see myself going to Duck Duck looking for information. I've reserved shares at $2,500 because of my friend. Daddy Mo asked. Well, it's up to you. Y'all know my theses on that. Get your original investment back so that you don't stress during the rest of the show. You can sit back and enjoy the show. Quack, quack. Yeah, fraction shares are real. You just had 10 people buy 1/10 of the share. It's still real. I mean, I don't give advice. I seen a couple of people down over, where was I at? The Massalorian. See, I'm telling y'all now, I go to these live streams. I was on Bigum's live stream tonight, and I never said a fucking word. For an hour, I just sat there and watched and listened. You bought a majority of your shares in February, day after the Super Bowl. This February or last February? My thoughts, let me tell y'all my thoughts of this week, and I'll help explain, because people want to know, well, are you going to address the fact that you said it was going to go to 50 by Friday? Yeah, I'm going to address it. I was wrong. But let me explain to you what my thesis is for that. I believe we're going to stair step up for about 4 or 5 days. And then what's happening in those 4 or 5 days is they're covering their 100 million shares. Boy, I'm really in trouble with YouTube with all this smoke. All right, they have to cover their 97 million or 100 million shares. As they do that, the stock should step up. As each one of them fall down like dominoes, the stock should step up. When that happens, we will have a spike. All right. But the way the old pattern, the last pattern worked out, it went from $19 or $1.91 to $3, $2, $3, $5. Now, I believe it's going to go $20, $30, $40, $50. So it should end the week out at 50, so that the next time when we open, we should spike up to 200. That's my thesis. So I look at this every week, just like even today. I will look at it and I will be under the assumption and watching for, if it steps up from 20, 25 to 30, we're stepping up because they're covering. And once they get to a point of where they're covering, we'll have the spike up. So the reason I said 50 for last Friday was that we had stepped up from 19 to 20, and I thought we were going to keep going. If we would have kept going and we get to 50, then I'm expecting to spike up. I expect the same thing this week. I call it now. I believe we'll end the week at 50. Why? Because we should if they go to covering, they are covering, by the way, they are covering. We should step up, and as we step up, we'll hit 50, and 50 is going to be the mark that sets us off to 200. I think Lou says he expects it at 80. I expect it at 50. So, I mean, we'll call it in the middle, say 60. If it hits 60, it's over with. But that was my reasoning behind saying 50 last week, and it's my reasoning for saying 50 this week. I'm waiting for this motherfucker. Once it gets to 20, to 30, to 40, and 50, boom, it's over with. The moass, the real moass is kicking in, or the real squeeze is kicking in. Tell me about it. California Public Retirement Fund, and then we'll move on. They're inside this bucket now with you. There's no difference in their shares and your shares. They're inside this bucket. The difference is going to be who sells first. Whoever sells first is selling real shares. It's not that hard to understand. If you're in this bucket, when you sell, you have real shares up to the 100 million mark. What's my numbers now? I'll be honest with you. I think they'll let it go to around 5 to 8. Now, see, now that's where people start hating. Oh no, 100,000. Okay, 100,000. Like I said in my video, here's your video for $1 million. It's going to 100,000. However, I personally don't think it's going higher than that. 5 to 8,000 is what I believe it'll go to. Oh, who just said that? Brenda. Great point, Brenda. Which is going to lead us into the next point. But does everybody understand? If you bought last February, you're in this bucket. If you bought this February, you're in this bucket. The California Public Employees Retirement Fund, they're in this bucket. Adam Aaron is in this bucket. Everybody's in this fucking bucket. And it's not going to count as to real or synthetic until you sell. Real or synthetic equals when you sell. Yes, that is a short squeeze. That is not a MOAS. I don't believe they're going to let it MOAS. I believe in the beginning it would have MOAS, but I believe that so many people came in, and I mean, look at these institutions that are buying. So many people's come in. It's caused the amount of money that they would have to pay out to explode. And there's now, if this MOAS is, there's more money than on the planet. And do not give me any shit behind, well, Bigham said there's this much money, and Bigham said that there's a 25 trillion, and this one over here says this. I respect Bigham's. I sat in Bigham's live for an hour today. Before we go any further, I just need to know if everybody watching can understand. I'll answer your questions, but can you understand it? If you bought last February, you're in this bucket with Adam Aaron. You're in this bucket with California. You're in this bucket with the ones that buy tomorrow. You're in this bucket with the ones that bought yesterday. Everybody is in this bucket. That's right. I agree. If Lou said that, I agree. GME has the potential to go higher because there's fewer people in it. Understand. Cool. The next thing to understand is if you sold today, if you sell next week, when this motherfucker goes to 300 and you sell, when you pull your shares out and you sell, you just got rid of 100 real shares of AMC. And it's going to continue that way to the 513 million are accounted for. Oh, Russia and Ukraine. I don't want to talk about that right now. I'm going to talk about Russia and Ukraine when I talk strategy. You can hold, Jay. Listen to me, man. You can hold. I remember a song that says, we buy, hold, and never sell. Well, listen, how the fuck are you going to make money if you never sell? And the people who say they're not selling to 100 grand, I mean, I hate to sound like Lou, but I agree with Lou. You're full of shit. When this motherfucker, if it hits $90,000 and it falls down to 20, you're going to fucking sell. You're going to be like, oh no, it's over. After the real shares are sold, that's when they can look in this bucket and go, hey, where the fuck did these 5 billion shares come from? Yes, let's get to 35 first. Then we know we're stepping up. It'll be 35, then 50, then boom, 200. But we got to get to 25 and 35 first. When will that happen? Today. It's going to be 35 today. I'm just kidding. Unicorn dust. How you know I got maple glazed donuts? I don't have just maple glazed donuts. I got maple bacon. Now, if you think, ooh, bacon and on a donut, and that motherfucker is fire. And I do have maple, yes. Let me look over here because I can read it better over here. A lot of people are going to get hurt in this play. Capping it at 10,000 a share. Well, now see now that's where it gets interesting. Smiley guy asked, so then everything left in the bucket, what happens to it? Okay, let's talk about that. When you reach into this bucket and people sell 100 million shares, there are now 513 million shares accounted for. Okay, you understand that? There are 513 million shares accounted for once they return the shares where they need them to be. And they're going to be forced to do that. Everything left in the bucket is synthetic or naked. And they're going to be, or agachas, whatever you want to call them. They're looking in the bucket and going, where the fuck these 5 billion shares come from? Uh-oh. Somebody has to answer questions. And that's the MOAS. Whoever's left in the bucket, that's where the cheddar's at. That's why watching, I hate to say Ortex because it's 2 days behind, but that's why watching how much they are returning is important, because how much they're returning, once they hit that 100 million mark, everything left is synthetic. Synthetics are where the money's at. Synthetics is where they go, we fucked up. Yeah, and you're about to pay a big price too. Whereas a squeeze would have carried you to maybe 1,000 or 1,500 or 3,000. Now you got to address all these. And then the price is already high, and you got to address those. And that's theoretically it's supposed to push the price higher. Okay, so we're clear on California Public Employees Retirement Fund bought shares recently. They're in the bucket. Are the shares real or not? Nobody knows. They won't know till they sell. Once they sell and they put those markets back, shares back out there, they get their money. They just cashed in real shares. The computer, any reason why the price would jump before the third? Yeah, the computer tells it to. Who is that? Who said that? Vibes. You're not fighting the computer. That's my theory. People think I'm crazy, but you're not fighting the computer. The computer's on your side. The computer wants the MOAS to happen. Okay, Ryman says transparency is the third. Got to have their books clean by then. How do you know that? How do you know that? Books don't get clean until they get back to 100 million shares. Then their books are clean. Yeah, see people saying, I want a Lambo. I just want to make sure this old man next door is fed for the next 2 or 3 years, because it's going to be real bad. When you talk about the sell button being taken away, you're talking about a halt. They can halt the stock. Yes. Thank you. Droobs White sums it up. 100 million shares is the short squeeze. The MOAS is what's left in the can. Billions of fucking shares that have to be addressed. You got it. Y'all are on top of it. Okay, we can move on. Will it go up? Yes, it's going to go up. Why? The computer wants it to. The hedge funds are falling, which means they can't fight the computer. That's what the hedge funds do. The computer algorithm is the enemy to the hedge funds. Give that some thought. They have been fighting. Halts can last up to 30 days. Yes, they just passed that rule. Why? Why can I stop, be halted, AMC be halted for 30 days? Why? We'll talk about that in a minute, Don. Well, you got to understand, when people, one thing you're going to learn about me is when I say something, I don't change from it. If I change from it, I'm going to give you a reason why. A lot of YouTubers, listen to me, a lot of YouTubers will not tell you the truth because they're afraid you're going to unsubscribe and you're not going to watch their videos and they'll lose ad revenue. It's as simple as that. They will tell you what you want to hear. There's been one YouTuber for the past year. All he does is promote 500,000, 100,000, 100,000, million. This is higher than we think. And what that does is that feeds the inner greed in us to where we want to hear him tell us how great everything's going to be. So we stay there. But if that particular YouTuber for the past year was to make a video and go, wait a minute, I've been wrong all this time. Okay. I think maybe they've got things arranged to where the highest this could go is 8,000, maybe 5,000. Now you've been talking 100,000 and 25,000 and 50,000, and now it's higher than we can ever imagine. And if you come out with a video right now with the truth, and you say that, wait a minute, I was wrong. It looks like the top is really only going to be 3,000. What do you think would happen to him? His subscribers would vanquish his ass. Wait a minute, motherfucker, you've told us for a whole year it was going to be 100 grand. Now you must be paid off. You're a shill. Blah, 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 blah. So to wait for them not to have to address that, they just tell you what you want to hear. Oh, you can hang that shit up. I just took you out. Boomers talking about, you need to go for a walk. No, I don't. I just went for a walk. Stay with the truth. Some of y'all's names I can't pronounce. I really want to say hi to y'all, but it's like the guy that just said, yo, 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 8 fam. I don't even know how to pronounce CHOPP3R68. But do you understand now why these YouTubers can't tell you that it's not really going to go to 100,000 because they've told you it's going to go to 100,000 for a whole fucking year? For them to come out now and say, wait a minute, something's wrong, their subscribers would call them shills. They would say they were paid off. So it's easy for me. I started off telling y'all what I really thought, and I stick to it, and I'm not changing it. What's up, London? Ain't the internet amazing? Somebody was talking to me earlier from Sweden, and I'm thinking, you're on the whole other side of the fucking planet. Internet's awesome. What's the truth on it? I just tell y'all what my truth is. I'm watching for this to go from where it's at to 25 to 35 to 50, and then we spike up to 200. Then they're going to put a halt. Las Vegas. I ain't coming to Las Vegas. Las Vegas got to come to me. I'm not spending all my newfound wealth in a fucking casino. We could all come down here. We can arrange something down here to where we all go to New Orleans and we go to Bourbon Street. There's enough of us, we could rent fucking Bourbon Street. Yes, sundial's still solid. Why wouldn't it be? In fact, it's even more solid. It's just like SHIB. The Great Reset. The reset to 73. I've heard that. I understand what he's trying to say. Yep, New Orleans. I don't go to New Orleans. I will go an hour and a half out of my way to bypass New Orleans. Y'all motherfuckers ain't arresting me and throwing me in OPP. They got casinos down here, and they're pretty nice. Maybe we could rent some hotels and do 1 night on, or 2 nights on Bourbon Street, or 3 nights on Bourbon Street. Wife changing money. I don't need wife changing money. I've changed lives several times without having any money. And then Lake Charles in the house. You'd be scared of New Orleans today. Okay, back on topic. Talked about in an earlier video, and the comments really upset me. So let's just talk for a minute on strategy. What can we do? People, listen. We have been under the theses of buy and hold for over a year. Does everybody agree with that? Buy and hold, buy and hold, buy the dip. Buy the dip brings the rip. Y'all know the routine. My mother's buried in Washington State. Okay, see, now, let's see. Jay says, let's say there are 15 billion synthetics. Okay, do the math on that. And again, not everyone will hold. It's not the point. Now, if you take 15 billion synthetics times $1,000, that would be the average price of what AMC is worth, $1,000 times 15 billion. You're going to get X amount of dollars. That's how much money they need. Man, y'all driving me crazy with this DWOC. I want to run over there and take a look. I sold my DWOC fucking AMC. Why? Why did I sell my DWOC for AMC? Because I wasn't convicted. I didn't have a conviction in the play at the time. They can go back and watch the last video and see the rain story. He wanted me to keep moving the cars because it's supposed to flood. I ain't want to move the fucking cars. That's a lot of hard work, and I can barely walk as it is. I got to park the car up the road and walk back. Well, for 2 times he told me to move the cars, and I didn't move. I moved the cars, and he told me to move the cars the 3rd time, and I didn't want to, but I did, and it flooded. Sundial is going to be a lot of people's play, but I'm going to tell you what, here's my sundial play. Okay. Now, you got to act as if you don't have any money and that you're going to be sparingly. Whatever you want to invest or whatever I want to invest, I'm going to start off dropping 10%. If I want to invest $10,000 in sundial, I'm only going to buy 1,000. Boom. Up front, and I'll wait and I'll see. Then if the price drops more, boom, or if it rises more, boom. Every Monday, drop another 1,000 in the sundial. That's what I plan on doing. 1,000 until eventually I hit the $10,000 mark and I'm good. But let's talk strategy. Every day I drop a few dollars. Yeah. Every time I buy AMC, how much is that right now? I'm going to give y'all an example. It is at 1705 right now. So 17 is 34. So if I bought 2 shares of AMC, $34, I would send 40 to my brokerage account. Okay. That gives in case it goes up, I got a little cushion there that I still sent enough money to buy my 2 shares. If it goes down, then I sent a little bit too much, which is okay. But once I buy my 2 shares of AMC, the very next fucking thing I do is take the change that's left over of that $40 and I buy SHIB with it every fucking time. And what does that do? That helps build my SHIB up. Now, over on Moo, I can do that. I can buy my AMC shares, and then I can buy, with the change, I could buy sundial and increase your sundial positions. You don't have to wait to start establishing a position in whatever you believe. If you think it's Apple, then fuck. Send enough to buy your AMC and use the change, buy some Apple. Your fraction shares. Strategy. Y'all ready for me to piss off a lot of YouTubers? They're going to be making videos about me tomorrow when I start telling y'all the strategy. Let me tell y'all something. Buy and hold is not working anymore. If you ain't figured that out, we have bought the float 5 times, 10 times, 20 times over. You can buy all you fucking want. It's not going to make the price go up. Holding. Not going to make the price go up, people. They adjusted their strategy against us on January 28th when they flipped that buy button back on and said, buy all you want, motherfuckers. We don't give a fuck. Send us some money. I got you. I got you. I got you. And they keep getting us with the money. The buy and hold strategy ended once we had the float. Nobody told you that. That the strategy of buy and hold and do not sell was for the purpose of obtaining the float. Once you obtained the float, you didn't have to buy another fucking share. Now you just sit back and wait. You can increase your shares, and you can believe that once it goes up and I have more shares and so forth, or the more shares I buy, the lower I can sell at. And there's a whole bunch of different ways of looking at it. But the point is this. Once the float was bought, buy and hold was over with, or buying was over with. Holding still is in effect. I will die with these AMC shares before I sell them. But the buy and hold strategy was over once the float was bought. But they couldn't tell you that. Why? Because they had options and they had to pump the fucking stock so their options could go up and they could all become a millionaire. They're going to cover all the synthetics. You're not going to like the answer to it, but they're going to cover all. 5 billion shares, they're going to cover them all. 10 billion, they'll cover them all. But you're not going to like the answer. What did I say? Finally, someone placed that Ernest, and we think we need CSI to make Ernest Rex Wall Street. What the fuck's that mean? I don't understand what that means. Yeah, I see it. So why, wait, what's the problem? Why is this motherfucker going down? If the strategy is to buy and to hold, it should be going up. I'm going to get to the bad answer in a few minutes. Bad answer is what I explained in 2 videos back. So I've covered California Public Employment Retirement Fund. Did they buy real shares? Did they buy synthetic shares? They bought shares. It don't make a fuck what you want to call them, real or fake. It doesn't matter until it comes out the bucket. It's not going to be determined whether is it real or is it synthetic. Will the price go up? Yes, I believe the price is going to go up. No, I do not believe it's going to go to 20. Listen, when I got into this play, every time I bought a share, I had 25,000 as my mark. Because I wanted to buy, y'all want a story? I'll tell you a fucking story. My dad met a woman 19 years ago. And they fell in love. They in their 60s. They fell in love. He lived here next door. She lived in Baton Rouge. Well, she would come to his house or trailer, and he would go to her house. And eventually, it came to the point where they decided, fuck it. He moved in over there with her. Now, they were together for 16 years. For 16 years, that man lived in that house with that woman. She developed brain cancer and she died. Very sad. What's even sadder is the very next fucking day, her family put him out of that house that he lived in for 16 years. They didn't even wait to bury the woman. They put him out of that house because they wanted to sell it after 16 years. So he found himself back here next door. And I sold my place on the river and I bought this place so I could be next door for if he needs me. But I was determined when I got into AMC, I said, you know what? I'm going to buy that fucking house. I'm going to buy that fucking house. I'm going to kick them bitches out of that house. And my dad will move back in that house where he lived for 16 years because that's where he wants to die. So I bought AMC. Found out about the squeeze and I said, oh, this is it. So I bought AMC. And my target price was $25,000. And I knew that every time I bought another share, it didn't have to reach 25,000. That at a certain point, it only had to reach 20. And then eventually it's down to 15. And if it hits 10, well, then I can buy that house for him. That's my purpose of being in this play, to buy that house for my dad. And I hope we get a chance. People want to go, will it moon by? I don't know. I just need this motherfucker to moon before he dies so that he can die where he wants to be. And it's sad. It really is. But everybody has a story. Y'all just get to hear mine because I'm live. I said he sounds like Jim Varney, the guy that plays Ernest. He doesn't look like him. Oh, I sound like Jim. Okay. Jim was not Ernest. Ernest was who Jim was talking to, wasn't he? Hey, Vern. No, Vern's who he was talking to. Hey, Vern. That's cool. I don't mind being associated with Jim. You would be surprised. One time I was over at a sundial friend's house. We're rolling up this big old fucking joint, and these people come in. And this girl keeps looking at me, and I'm thinking, hell yeah, she's checking me out. So we get to talking, and she goes, you know who you look like? And I'm thinking, yeah, George Clooney. No, you look like Beetlejuice. I said, Beetlejuice? Fucking Beetlejuice? You mean Michael Keaton, right? No, like the character Beetlejuice. I said, man, what kind of bitch would tell somebody they look like Beetlejuice? Okay, so we're at the point where everybody should understand where my strategy, and I know everybody's not going to agree, and it doesn't matter. If I'm the only one that does this, it's no big deal. Buying AMC is not working to produce the results we are looking for. True or false? Buying AMC is not producing the results we are looking for. It's going to squeeze before July. It's going to squeeze real soon. I'm gonna tell y'all how to make this motherfucker. I'm gonna tell y'all how to make this motherfucker squeeze before it's over with. Before this live stream's over with. If you hang in there, I will tell y'all how to make this motherfucker squeeze. But first, I want everybody to admit buying is not producing the result we need. I just hit his fucking ass. Somebody say stupid shit like that. I want to see some answers. I got 212 people here. You could type on your keyboard or on your fucking phone. Is buying getting us where we need to go? Yeah. Y'all hear him? He said, no, it's not. Buying's not working. He said, all that does is take treats away from him. You want to know what's going to bring the MOAS? Ooh, Josh, you so close. Josh is so close to the answer. He said, what if we stop buying for 2 or 3 days and wait until the price drops drastically, then buy it up at a discount? You're so fucking close. Here's how we win. Y'all take this back to your YouTubers, your favorite YouTubers. Hopefully I'm one of your favorite YouTubers. But you could take this back to your YouTubers and say, what about if we did this? Because see, let me back up and talk about the Canadian truckers, the United States truckers, and all that. Yeah, please hit the like button. We're at 65. A lot of people, they believe that you can just go down there and peacefully protest. And like I said in the video, and I was not in any way disrespecting them or what they're doing. I just saying that they went about it wrong. You don't bring children to a war. You don't bring jumpy houses, barbecue pits, and none of that bullshit. You there to fight. And that's what I believe happened was when the government finally got tired of it, and they backed up and they hooked up to the first few trucks and hauled them off, and they arrested 200 people. What happened? Everybody went home. So they didn't have a strategy for what if they come to get the trucks? What if they use tear gas against us? What if they did not have a what if? It uploads itself. I don't have to upload it. I'm just checking out and see if everybody's agreeing. Well, think about the opposite. Let's see who said that. Again, it's one of them names I can't pronounce. MWI. Most of us know buying isn't helping. So what's the opposite of buying? Because see, this computer algorithm, or what most people believe is the hedge fund shorting the stock, it's not. But it's the computer pushing it down. It's wanting you and me to buy. It's antagonizing us every fucking red day. It's going, you really want to buy. Gas masks aren't hard to buy. You got fucking Army surplus stores every fucking where. Go online. I can Google it right now and you can go to Amazon and buy you one. But that's not the point. The point is they weren't ready for the battle. Now, back in the 60s, they were peacefully protesting, but they didn't peacefully break it up. This is how you stop this bullshit from happening. This is how we end this. Some of y'all, most of y'all, I wish there was 2,000 people on this live stream to hear this. 20,000 people. If you want the MOAS to happen, if you want the squeeze to happen, and if you want the MOAS, if you want to force this thing, if you want to force their fucking hand, you stop buying. When you look at that dip, you have to realize they want us to buy. That's why they're dropping it. If you're going to make the MOAS happen or the squeeze happen, you have to say, I'm happy with the shares that I have. I'm ready for this to go. I'm not buying another share. Why? Because we bought the float. We own the float. And if you would have stopped buying right then, you could have forced their hand. I don't know anything about Lou saying it. This is common sense investor saying. This is common sense saying it. So if Lou said it, then he's using common fucking sense. Stop feeding them, right? Apes versus Wall Street. Why should I be careful? What am I saying? Yeah, Lou said it. I think Lou was a little bit ahead of the game plan. I mean, he was right. Stop buying. Every time we buy, we give them money to continue with their short interest and other things. Lou's not a shield. Lou's a very rich man now, by the way. Lou might have started poor, but Lou's rich now. We're going to talk about the dark pool in just a minute. They got a new dark pool. That's right. Everybody should have learned from that experiment that end of day 21, EOD 21. You're not going to move the stock by buying. Well, then think about what's the opposite side of that coin. You'll move the fucking stock if you quit buying. It's never too late for new strategies, John. If you're losing the fucking war until they conquer us, you come up with a strategy. They just came up with a brand new one. They just created a new dark pool to counter us. The problem is we don't counter back. Buy and hold. And they're going, yeah, y'all just keep buying and keep holding. Keep buying and keep holding, bitches. But what if you said, what if our theses went from not buying and we're holding and you're going to fucking pay us? I got one ahead of Lou, though. I'm fixing to give y'all a step above Lou. Lou ain't made a fucking video about what I'm fixing to tell you. No, it's not true. They don't have to cover at all as long as they can keep paying the interest on that short interest. And what you can do is you can, in fact, I can do this now. I'm fixing to put a link in the chat. And it says in this article that I'm reading from SoFi, it's that, and this is a good answer. Man, I'm glad I came back to this. Before 2021, many investors did not know about the mother of all short squeezes known as MOAS. But the GameStop saga early in the year changed that. That scenario saw a ragtag band of day traders take on the hedge fund giants with a short sale squeeze that greatly impacted some of those giants. They lost billions of fucking dollars. And then it's going to tell you, a short squeeze is an orchestrated effort to drive up the shares of a stock that is being heavily shorted. MOAS, mother of all short squeezes, is a trading strategy in which high volume of buyers drive up shares of stocks that were being shorted by other investors. See, you can have a stock squeeze, but if you have more than one stock squeezing at the same time, this meme stock situation becomes a mother of a whole bunch of shit happens at once. What did he say, Russell? What? Here's what's going to cause the squeeze, people. Here's my plan. On January 3rd, now listen to the logic. Listen to the common sense. I've been patient for a fucking year. I'm ready to beat their asses into the ground and get my money. On January 3rd, when the transparency hits, according to a lot of people's favorite YouTuber. Transparency hits, which means that every transaction after transparency starts gets put on the blockchain. So they will be able to gauge how many shares are out there by using the transparency, by using the blockchain method. Okay? On March 3rd, if you buy a share, it gets registered on the blockchain. From that blockchain, they'll be able to tell how many shares there are. Who said that? 8 versus Wall Street? Hold on, buddy. I will go right now and check it out. I might not want to because my computer, I've got so many apps downloaded on this computer. I'm fixing to buy a new computer for y'all. March 3rd, yeah. March 3rd, when people start buying, that they will log those buy orders and sell orders on the blockchain. That's my understanding. Is that your understanding? I agree, D. It's past being patient. Fuck patience. I'm ready to be paid. But it's my understanding that transparency is supposed to start March 3rd. And when purchase is made, it goes on that blockchain, and there's a ledger showing that one share was bought and one share was sold. Do y'all understand that? Congratulations. Do y'all understand how the Transparency Act is working? Is that the name of your channel, Apes versus Wall Street? Because I just punched it up and I'm getting how AMC cracked. That's CNBC. Rico. Rico's a cool motherfucker. The Rain Man of Wall Street. I've never even seen some of these people. I'll follow you on Twitter. Tony DeNaro must be sleeping because he ain't commented yet. We're talking about the Transparency Act now. See, this is where Bigums would be good. If me and Bigums could get together, we could strategize and force these motherfuckers to cover, because I have this idea and I think it's going to work. Yeah, I hear you. Tony? No, Tony's going to disagree with me. I'll follow you on Twitter after this. I'm not talking about how high this thing can go right now. Let's stay focused. Do you understand when the new Transparency Act starts March 3rd, that when a share is bought and a share is sold, it will be a ledger on the blockchain for that transaction. Gunter, Gunter, Bubby, Bubbie. That's my Twitter handle. And you'll see the I Own AMC logo as my profile picture. You're not going to need cash for this. You will not need a penny for the strategy I'm fixing to tell you. Well, okay. Since nobody will say, yeah, I understand the transparency thing. Here's my plan. When transparency starts, 5 shares at a time, I'm going to sell AMC. Starting March 3rd, I start dropping my AMC, 5 shares at a time. I'm going to wait for some reactions on that before I tell you the rest of it. March 3rd, I sell 5 shares. Because I plan on rebuying them March 3rd. I'm going to sell 5 shares March 3rd. I'm going to buy them shares right back. The moment I sell them, I turn right back around and I buy them 5 shares back. Why? I'm going to say it again. March 3rd, transparency hits. Any transactions gets logged onto the blockchain. Cool. I'm going to sell 5 shares. Why? Because it's not listed on the blockchain. So what I'm going to do is sell 5 shares and bam, I'm going to hit the buy button again and buy them motherfuckers immediately back. And what's going to happen? It's going to be logged on the blockchain. Then I'm going to turn around, I'm going to sell 5 more. Bam. No, I'm not scalping. I'm logging my shares. You remember when everybody was trying to DRS shares? Until eventually they said, okay, sorry, everybody started getting emails. We can't DRS any more shares. Why? Because you're fixing to expose every fucking thing. So starting March 3rd for transparency, I'm going to sell 5 shares, buy them right back, and they're going to be listed on that blockchain. And I'm going to continue to do shares of 5 until all of my shares are listed on that blockchain. Now, I'm not going to drop all of them at once and then try to buy them back all at once, because what if I sold all my shares and then they halted the fucking stock and I can't buy my shares back? So I'm going to take small portions, 5 at a time. 5, buy back, 5, buy back, 5, buy back, 5, buy back, till I'm through. Now all of my shares are listed on the blockchain. If everybody did that, how many shares would be listed on that blockchain ledger? Say, for example, Kyle, if you were to sell 5 shares and buy them right back March 3rd, what happens? They get logged in that ledger. Something's going to happen when they go, wait a minute, how the fuck do we have 5 billion shares logged in on the blockchain? Busted. And game over. No, you'll get a day trading notification or whatever, where if you sell something, you have to wait for the money to clear, and then you can't do it until the next day or whatever, depending on your broker. So that's why you can get up to 3 of them for a week. So you can sell 5, sell 10, or whatever. Log them in over there. When you buy them back, and you wait. Sell 5 more, buy them back. Sell 5 more, buy them back. You want to worry about your fucking taxes or getting paid? See, that's another thing. You got to get these motherfuckers close to what, 40%? Will they come for me? I don't give a fuck. And I'm just telling y'all, that's my strategy. I plan on making sure the shares that I own are listed on that blockchain. That's my strategy. And I'm not buying anymore. The buy-in is over with for a common sense investor. It does not make common sense to keep buying when we know it's not going to move the price. It doesn't make common sense to buy over the fucking float. What did I say about January? Did I slip up and say January or something instead of March? I meant March 3rd. If I said January, I apologize. I'm not worried about no capital fucking gains. In fact, as far as I'm concerned, I got into this now with the shares that I have in June after the 72 run up, and I realized because I had this shit back with $3 a fucking share, and I sold it at 7 something because I doubled my money. And then when it fell to 5, I told my friend to buy some more. It went up to 12, and I told my friend, "Sell, motherfucker, we just got paid." And then the next thing I knew, this bitch was 72, and I put the brakes on and said, "What the fuck?" And I went to looking, and I found out about the short squeeze. Transparency is going to make them do it. I'm not worried. If you're worried about long-term capital gains and shit, don't do it. I'm not encouraging anybody to do it. I'm just telling y'all, I don't give a fuck about capital gains tax or any of the other bullshit. I want my money. Because who said that? Somebody had an interesting question. Oh boy, we really going fast now. I can't keep up with what y'all saying. Isn't there a way I could slow this chat down some a little bit? Manage moderators, participants. Okay, I don't want to click on nothing because if I click on something, shit will go bad. I am only stressing because see, hold on, I need a cup of coffee. I'll be right back. That's just a strategy that I'm going to use to put my shit on the blockchain now. If you're worried about capital gains, that's not a strategy for you. But it's a strategy for me. The biggest strategy. All right, here's another strategy. We're talking about strategies to defeat these people. What if nobody? What's the purpose? The purpose is to get it logged into the blockchain. Right now, my shares won't be in the blockchain. At least the way it's been explained to us, it's not. The transaction has to happen and then it's logged into the ledger. Yeah, but see, I'm new to this. I'm old school. I don't know where the settings are. When I used to do this, we had what was called webinars on air. And a couple classes of videos on that, and you had webinars on air locked in. Yes, that was another thing. I'm only running on the March 3rd because Lou is saying that. I've also heard it's just a proposal and that it doesn't go into effect until 24. But I can't find any information on that. Thank you, Charlie. I appreciate that. Don't use the microwave, use the stove. Radiation from a microwave is the least of my problem. I smoke 2 packs a day, and drink and smoke sundial. I hear you. That's because this is my second pot of fucking coffee. I mean, it didn't even get into the chat, so I won't even address it. Well, let me ask you a question. They're going to take away the buy button. They're going to halt this motherfucker. So why not beat them to the punch? Stop buying. Stop buying until March 3rd. If we all came to the conclusion that I'm through with buying till March 3rd, once I know for a fact that this will be the transparency rules and everything that they've got working is in effect come March 3rd, well then great. I'll start buying again March 3rd. Till then, I'm tired of them fucking me and supposedly selling me shit they don't have. People are always gonna buy. People are always gonna sell too. All I can control is what I do. I ain't buying till March 3rd, even though I buy every Monday. Today's one of my buy days. Yesterday was a holiday, so I'm supposed to go buy some AMC today. And with that AMC, the change from it, I buy my ship. I am not doing that today. I am finished buying, period. End of story. I'm tired of the bullshit with these hedge funds. On March 3rd, when transparency is in effect, I will start buying again. And I will begin to sell 5 shares at a time until all those shares are registered too. Now, if I'm wrong, if super intelligent guru YouTuber proves to me that that strategy won't work, then I'll change it. And I will be quick to say, hey, look, Ape Fathers explained how the transparency is going to work. So that was a bad idea. But no, not buying is the smartest thing you can fucking do right now. Not buying is the smartest thing I should do. You're going to make it, LM. You're going to make it to 2,500 to 4,000. We will see that, yes. It's hard to say. Let me tell y'all something. These motherfuckers say, listen, that's not the real price. Stop looking at the line. Fuck you, man. That's not the real price. If I hit the sell button, motherfucker, all they're going to give me is $17.05 a share. That's the real price. Yeah, but the secondary book says, man, I can't see no secondary books. When I push that sell button, they're not going to give me the secondary book price. We mooning with this market crapping out. Okay, we can talk about that. The market crashes. AMC is supposed to go up. According to a YouTuber, AMC has a negative beta. Negative beta means it's going to run opposite of the market. All right. Now, this has been coming out. Y'all might remember the YouTuber or 2 or 3 YouTubers, actually 5 YouTubers, Kansas 5, have promoted that it's negative beta. And negative beta means that AMC is going to run opposite. So if the stock market crashes, that's a good thing. No, bullshit. We're negative beta. Does it look like we're going against the market? If everybody adopted Chop, CHOPP3R. Man, I wish I could hear you where you could tell me how to pronounce that shit. And how did you third 68? I'm gonna figure out what that name means. But if everybody adopted that, I'm not buying any more AMC. If you like Sundial, Sundial's a good place to start establishing. Between now and transparency, I think I'll be sending my money and buying some Sundial, and with the change, what will I do with it? I'll buy a ship. You keep saying 1705. It was well something. It might be because I'm live streaming right now. I'm showing 1713, but I'm live streaming, so it my computer's running a little slow, so it might not be updating. But the point is, if everybody adopted I ain't buying a fucking share of AMC or GME until March 3rd, we'd force these motherfuckers to cover. You say, well, I'm a stock market junkie. I got to buy something. What do you want your next play to be? Sundial? Sundial and SHIB might be traps. They may be. That's why you don't go all in. That's why you don't put your foot solidly on the ground till you know that there's solid ground underneath you and not a fucking trap. That's why I don't have but a few hundred shares of Sundial. I hadn't went deep in it. I'm not going deep. I just explained that. What I plan on doing is 247. I'll say it again. When I get ready to go into Sundial with my AMC profits, I'm gonna treat it just like I have any other time. I will buy on Mondays, and I will drop $1,000, and I'm gonna allocate $10,000 to that play. So for the next, if it don't squeeze in 10 weeks, I'll have $10,000 worth of Sundial. Sometimes I'll average up, sometimes I'll average down. Doesn't matter. But I'm also going to be buying them options. And let me tell you something. It wasn't none of y'all probably on Tony DeNaro's live stream trying to rat me out. Common sense is promoting options. No, I don't promote shit. I showed y'all what I'm doing. I bought 3 Sundial options. Those 3 Sundial options cost me $3. Fuck it. $3? That's what a pack of cigarettes costs. But if it's squeezed between now and the 2-week period that I have these options, and it squeezes to just $2, I've got 3 contracts. That's 300 shares times $2, $3 a share. That's $600 to $900 that I'll make on a $3 fucking bet. Come on, man. You can't get better than that. Oh, but you're promoting. No, I'm not promoting shit. I'm just telling you this looked like a good fucking bet to me, so I went with it. Not my cigarettes. I smoke cigarettes. Y'all be thinking I'm smoking blunts all the time, but I'm not smoking blunts all the time. I smoke cigarettes. Buying the dip it did hurt us. That was a hedge fund trick. Let's see what else I got here. Stop buying until transparency hits. I'm just saying that's what I'm going to do. Will the price go up? Yes, but I don't see them of us. Oh, hold on. I got some Bigum's things here. Because I was sitting in Bigum's live stream and I took a couple notes. Be careful what you wish for, Charlie. You just became a moderator. I don't smoke blunts all the time. Just like 80% of the time. Oh, trust me, when I'm out of cigarettes and I got to stop at the store and I have to pay for a real pack of cigarettes because they don't carry these everywhere, I want to cry. Why does everybody keep saying protect Bigums? Somebody did a video. Oh, Feel for Real. Where's Feel for Real? Feel for Real fucking is usually on here with us. But why protect Bigums? What danger is Bigums under? And at all costs, what? Hold on. Now you got to understand, before you go to my Twitter account, I used to be, and I still sort of am, into network marketing. So you'll see a lot of stuff about how to blog and do things like that, because I help bloggers out. Let's see, how can I? Yeah, there it is. All right, here it is. This is my Twitter, and I should have changed it so that I didn't give up my real identity, but I don't give a fuck. So that's my Twitter handle. Yeah, I got the three dots. I see it, and I click on the three dots. It says manage moderators, participants, pop out chart, toggle timestamps, and send feedback. That's how it comes up. But Bigums, let me read my note here. Everyone knows what they have done. Okay, Bigums made the comment, everybody knows what they have done now. We've been in this long enough. The squeeze has to happen or everybody will pull out the market. Now, let me talk about that a minute. Get ready, because if y'all love Bigums, y'all mad at me, but just, I'm just being honest with you. Everybody knows what they have done. The squeeze has to happen. That is a true statement. If the squeeze did not happen, they want the squeeze to happen. They want to pacify you and me. They want us to not riot in the streets. Because if you try to fuck over, do you see how, boy, look, the rap music, people like Feel for Real, a couple other motherfuckers that are real motherfuckers like me, man, you talk about taking my motherfucking money and just keeping it? No, it don't work like that. But we found out what they've done, and they're going to let the squeeze happen, or else it will lose confidence in the market. The squeeze, not the MOAS, the squeeze. But then, and I've heard him say it a million times, or I've heard him say it, and I've heard it a million times on other YouTubers. The squeeze has to happen, or everybody will pull out of the market. Let me tell you people something. When did you get in the market? When did you get in the market? Let's go, Brandon. Most people got into the market using their stimulus money. Just like some YouTubers say, use your stimulus money. You're sitting at home. You have nothing to do. You said, fuck it. I'm going to try my hand in the Wall Street casino here. Don't the government want this to squeeze so that the new program? I'm not familiar. I watch all of Lou's shit, except for recently. I haven't watched a few of them because I'm trying to do so much other stuff. But we're talking about, when did you get in the market? Most people got into the market using their stimulus checks while they were sitting at home with nothing to do during the pandemic. So, come over here. So if GME runs with AMC or whatever stock besides AMC, yeah, I've been in and out of the market, country pride, for a while. In and out, in and out. I'd lose my money. I'd sink $1,000 in. Next thing you know, it was gone. Fuck it, I'll put another 1,000 in a little bit later. Okay, so the predominant answer to the question of you weren't in this market until 2020 when the pandemic hit. They gave us stimulus, all that extra money, stimulus checks, unemployment money. We built positions in AMC. Stop. Listen, they don't give a fuck whether I'm in this market or not. As a matter of fact, these motherfuckers would really wish that I would just go fucking away. So to say that the squeeze has to happen or people will withdraw their money, they don't give a fuck about your money, man. You were not in this before the pandemic. They could give a fuck less if me and you and all 80,000 of Lou's, 86,000 of Lou's followers, if we all withdrew our money today, they could give a fuck less. In fact, they would be really happy if we did it and we went on about our merry fucking way, because we have ruined everything that they have built, which is corruption. $1.98. I mean, you got in at the bottom, babe. Who is that? Sharice? Is that how you say it? I wonder. Sharice Abram? You got in really good at $1.98 because of my research says that it was $1.91. It was the low. So you got in right there, babe. Congratulations. You're really going to be rich. Okay, you want to learn about how they're going to fuck you next? I'm going to tell y'all. I'm going to tell you now. Get ready. Tony De Niro will do a video disagreeing with me, of course, because he disagrees with every fucking thing I say. I think that's his job. But where's my note on that? What did I do with that? Extended trading close. Now they're going to argue with me. In fact, they are. They're saying it doesn't matter. The extended trading close does not matter. Bullshit. The extended trading close means everything to this squeeze. Everything. When I said they were going to use the extended trading close, which let me update y'all on what that is. They're fixing to make it to where if there are open orders at the end of the day, they will have 5 minutes to execute those orders at the closing price. Now, at the time I made my videos, it was $17.90. So 5 seconds before closing, Citadel puts an order in. They want to buy 9 million shares of AMC. Why? Because they needed to cover. 5 seconds before market closes. They have 5 minutes now to fill that order at $17.90. 9 million shares. If you buy 9 million shares on the lit market, the stock is going to. That's what causes the squeeze. Well, 5 seconds before market closes, they put in a buy order for 9 billion shares. 5 minutes to go at $17.90. BlackRock sells them 9 million shares. Stock price doesn't move. You just bought 9 million shares within a 5-minute time frame, which ensures that closing price will not change. What does that do? Well, you buy 9 million shares. You buy your first million, stock goes up $2. You buy your second million is filled, stock goes up $4. You buy your 5 million share, the stock is now at $45. You buy your 9 million shares, the stock is at $50. Every time you buy, the stock is going up, up, up. They stopped that. They said this shit will not happen no more. You have 5 minutes to put in whatever order you need to buy. 5 minutes, somebody can fill that order for you at the closing price, and the price will not move. That's how they're going to fuck us on the squeeze. And now everybody come out against me, and they said, that's for NASDAQ. Well, first off, they're shorting AMC in ETFs that are on the NASDAQ. Okay. Secondly, that little paragraph, which I have it pulled up so I can share that with y'all. The first part, I'll reiterate for you, if in case you didn't see the videos. The exchanges extended closing, trading close will give institutional investors, not retail investors, a new opportunity to easily execute remaining orders. Remember, 5 seconds before closing, order goes in. They can execute remaining orders after the market close without moving the price. Where if you would have dropped 9 million, would have bought 9 million shares, normally the stock, that's what happened in January. That's what happened in June. In January, when they started covering, they didn't have no choice. They had to cover. The stock price went up because they were buying. Lou said it only matters for the last couple. I don't understand what that statement means. I might have to go back and look at some of Lou's videos. I haven't looked at them in a day or two. He's got one up there, something about lightning now. Let me get back over here so I can read the chat. 9 million shares by institutions, they would run through that. No, they're in the dark pool, remember? See, that's what I told y'all in another video was Gary, but Gensler, fuck Gensler. They put this pretty little package in front of us, bow wrapped, and it's nice. Everything we've cried that we've wanted for the past year, they put in a little packet. We're going to give you transparency, and we're going to give you this, and we're going to give you that. And this is all coming up, and we're waiting on these dates, and then everything. That's a distraction, people. They're going to end retail going to a dark pool. Okay, that'll help us a little bit. But the dark pool's not going to go away. The dark pool's just been shifted now to where you got 5 minutes to transact whatever you're going to transact. You better do it inside them 5 minutes so that the price doesn't go up. That's how they plan on stopping the MOAS, not the squeeze. They're going to let it squeeze so that we don't riot in the streets. There will be more than one person show up at that protest, I guarantee you. So if the price don't go up, we just hold till it does. The price won't go up. The 9 million that I'm referring to would be, for lack of a better term, them covering their naked shorts. They're trying to buy shares to cover this over here. You should be scared of getting nothing. But see, now Lou in his $300 to $800 price range, everybody believes that I say the stock's going to go to 700 to 800. Oh, that's what Lou says. There's a difference. Lou is not explaining how it's going to do that. I know why I believe it's going to $700 to $800. I believe that will be the first leg of the squeeze, or the second leg of the squeeze. The first leg of the squeeze is going to be $200 to $300. So its normal squeeze takes, yeah, the very beginning of the squeeze is going to push this motherfucker to $300. I'm totally convinced. If you want to sell at $300, you're going to get a fucking chance because it's going to do that. Would BlackRock be selling at a loss? Okay, we could talk about BlackRock selling at a potential loss. All right. If you look in my portfolio, for example, very first share that I bought of AMC getting into this play was at $42. Once I realized what was going on, I bought in at $42. I dropped some money. The next week, I dropped some more money. The price was $38 until the last section that I bought, it was like 14 something. So I can sell 100 shares at 14 and not lose any money. But if I sell all my shares, I'm going to lose money because my average is 30. So BlackRock losing money. I don't think this is a scenario because I think BlackRock is trying to take over everything. But BlackRock would sell at a loss to help them out of this situation. Why? Because they're two peas in a pod. So yes, BlackRock, it's possible BlackRock could sell at a loss simply to help them. I don't think that's the case. I think they're going to hold. I think BlackRock's going to hold to $1,000. That's why I'm not afraid. I think it's going to 1,000. I think BlackRock's goal is to sell what they have for $1,000. What will happen? It's going to transfer more than $10 billion from the smaller hedge funds to them. That's what I think all this shit's been about the whole time, is to take all the fucking money from the small hedge funds, and BlackRock and Vanguard get it. That'll make them they're already the largest. I don't know why people got to be so fucking greedy. You're already the largest motherfuckers. You're the biggest dog in the pound, and you want more. I was going to take 1,000, but I ain't taking 1,000 now. I think my first sale bracket is going to be $2,500. Now I ain't saying that fear ain't going to kick in, and this motherfucker climbed to $3,000 or $1,800, and then when it starts dropping and it gets back down to $700, no, I wouldn't sell then because I know better. I've conditioned my mind. I've watched that video that I showed y'all where I watched this line from January and June. I've recorded the line as it moved so that I can condition my mind that if this motherfucker gets to $1,800 and it drops back down to $500, I'm not going to panic sell. Why? Because I've conditioned my mind that it's going to do that. When it gets to 300, people, mark my words, when it gets to 300, the bottom's going to fall out that motherfucker. And it's going to go back to 50. I'm pretty confident. Will I sell? No. As a matter of fact, I'm liable to double down because I'd be right. I know I'm right. If it drops from 300, 200, 300 to 50 again, 75 again, I know I'm right. So I'll probably double down. If they were smart, they would go ahead and end this and use the money for the Build Back Better, even though I disagree with that. Not everybody's conditioned their mind. Some people, man, let me tell you, when this motherfucker starts climbing and everybody's fucking dick is hard, excuse me, ladies, and they see this motherfucker's at $2,700, and you look at your balance in your fucking account and you're going, holy shit. And then you turn around and you look again and this motherfucker done fell $800. You're going to be like, oh, fuck. Do I take the 1,200? Or do I wait for it to get back up to 2,000? Then it goes to 700. Fuck that sale. People are going to do it. And they should. You should be concerned only about you and your family when it comes to brackets. I tell y'all my bracket. My bracket is that house for that old man. I can give a fuck less about me. I will go get me a travel trailer, just like I started. Me and Boomer will live on the fucking river like Mel Gibson did in Lethal Weapon. Pre-market is bleeding. That's what everybody's anticipated that to happen. It's not bleeding. Bleeding would be down to 10 And then I might break my rule and go buy some more. But no, I'm not. I'm not breaking my rule, motherfucker. You ain't getting another dollar from me till transparency. That's my rule. We're in a holding pattern. One person commented on one of my videos. Well, that went over well. You said that once it hit the top of the W, that it has to break up or it has to break down. That's normal TA. So that didn't play out very well for you. So I was like, well, what is he talking about? So I went and looked, and I'm like, what a dumb motherfucker. It hit the W, the top of the W, and it crashed. We're down. It was the W was, where was the W at? Right there. The top of the W was 1940, and it's crashed to 17. So I don't know what he's talking about, but I mean, I hate them kind of analysis. Okay, here's the point. It can go up or it can go down. No shit, Sherlock. You can't give me better than that. Yeah, it's going to be $50 by the end of the week. You just dropped 1,496 AMC. I'm not understanding what that means. The government wants to hedge these stocks. You motherfucking right. That's all of this. And people say, oh, you're a conspiracy theory. Well, let me tell you something. When does a conspiracy theory become conspiracy fact? Because by the time this is over with, and they own almost every share of every company in America because they bled these fucking hedge funds using that computer algorithm, it's going to be too late then for motherfuckers to go, wait a minute, I see what they do. You should have seen it coming. 1704, listen, I said it a minute ago, I'll say it again. I wouldn't give a fuck if this drops to $3. I am not buying another goddamn share. Not to transparency. What are you looking at? You want to come say hey to everybody? You want to come say hey to everybody? Come here. Come here. I'm going to try to get him on my lap. Come on. Get up here. Come on. Oh, don't lay your head no. My man. I'd die for that motherfucker. I'm going to tell you what I think the big plan is. The overall big plan. Y'all, if anybody that's followed me knows this. What's happening is this computer algorithm was set in motion. We were conditioned to buy the dip. The more dips we bought, the deeper the hedge funds and the brokerages went in the hole. When it's all said and done and they're out of cash paying us, they're going to have to turn over their shares to the new clearinghouse. Once it's there, the government can mandate anything they want in those companies. But why? Because they own majority share of Walmart, Target, so forth. So that's one scenario. It's a power grab by the government. Yes, we get paid, but the results is going to be catastrophic. You won't be able to go anywhere to shop. You know, Walmart. You won't be able to work at Walmart. You won't be able to shop at Walmart. You won't be able to go to Target. You won't be able to go to Home Depot. You won't be able to walk in a Home Depot unless you have a VC showing this. Why? Because they can mandate it then. They own the fucking company. And I believe that's what all this was about. Somebody else brought to my attention, though, in a private discussion, that what about they can auction the shares off. Once they own them, they can auction the shares off to someone else. So then I got to thinking, well, who would benefit from that? BlackRock. BlackRock has increase their position in AMC. So when they sell, they get all these billions of fucking dollars. The hedge funds are dead. Small brokerages, I mean, they're going to survive. They're not going to die. But they're going to lose billions of fucking dollars, and BlackRock is going to gain all that. Once BlackRock has that money and they have the shares, they can then buy the shares from the clearinghouse when they default. I can show y'all how they're going to default them too. It's all a big fucking scheme, man. Hedge funds went in the hole. They got to turn over their shares. Once the shares are over there, they get a ticket that says you have to pay X amount of money, interest, for us holding these shares for you. Just like, think about if you went and pawned your TV. When you pawn your TV, they give you a slip. They say, here it is. This is how much you owe us every week till you get the shares back, till you get the money to get the shares back. They will never get the money to get the shares back. Why? Because they've increased the fines. So it's not slap on the wrist fines no more. They can fine them up to 100% of whatever the charge is against them. So just when they think they can get their shares back, a fine hits them. They lose that money. They can't get their shares. They default. Now the government owns them. That's what all this has been about the whole time. Now, once they own them, they have a choice. They can be the predominant shareholders in those companies, and they can mandate whatever they want. Or they can auction the shares off to anybody that wants them at a particular price. Who's going to pick it up? Vanguard and BlackRock. Why? Because they just got fucking $10 billion from the hedge funds when they sold their AMC. So it all comes back to Vanguard and BlackRock. So what else we got to talk about? To dispel the myth that they have to bring the squeeze and the moass or else people will pull out the market. Remember what I've said. They don't give a fuck about you in the market. They don't give a fuck about me in the market. They wish me and you would take our shit and move on down the road because we have ruined what they have established, which is corruption. So they want you out. So to say, well, they have to make it squeeze or else people lose confidence in the market and we'll pull our money out. They don't give a fuck about you or your money. They don't give a fuck about me or my money. Well, this is globally. We're in a fix to be in a world fucking war. So I think the least of people's worry over in Germany is rather they get paid for AMC, or if we have any Ukrainian brothers and sisters, hey, your least of your worries is what this line's going to be doing come tomorrow, probably. So there's other factors going on to where this is going to be such a bullshit to where nobody's going to be paying attention to it no more. So they can give a fuck less about you in the market. You didn't get here till last year or year before last. So to think, oh, well, I'll pull my money out. Well, I'll pull our money out. Well, if that's the case, let's pull our money out now. We could crash this fucking system by selling everything. No bullshit. I ain't selling nothing. I want to get paid. But the point is, they don't give a fuck whether you're in the market or not, people. Can't you understand that? My little 8,000 and something, they don't give a fuck about that. They could care less about me withdrawing my 8,000. They care less about you withdrawing yours. So when you hear a YouTuber say, well, they have to bring the squeeze or else the market loses credibility, the market's lost its credibility. And we'll pull out. They won't give a fuck if you pull out. So that argument's dead. Anybody tells you that argument is dead. We also covered notes I had here about Frankie. Frankie did a video on the Great Reset. We saved AMC and GME. We helped people keep their jobs. We didn't sit around with the victim mindset. We are now. That was one of Frankie's statements. We didn't sit around with a victim mindset. We attacked, but now we're sitting back with a victim mindset instead of attacking again, which is the counter, the buy is to not buy until transparency kicks in. We went to war with them. We went to war with the most powerful enemies in the world. This is Frankie Muhammad said this. I took notes during his video, and we won. We went to war with them. We have not won yet. People are saying we've won. Lewis saying it's over. It's not over till the money is in my fucking account. So we ain't won until I have my money. There's more to do. Don't you remember in the beginning, we sent thousands of packages to Citadel with bananas in it? That was a strategy, people. We were aggravating the fuck out of them. We need to get back to that. We flooded their LinkedIn profiles with messages, polite messages. We were on the attack then. Now we're too busy watching Ape Father versus fucking Tindy Time instead of fucking doing what we're supposed to be doing. And I want to hear some ideas. Go to the community. If you're a subscriber, go to the community tab of this YouTube channel and comment some strategies we could use. Thousands of bananas, motherfucker. I'll send a package with a pack of bananas to whoever. You know, we just need to start strategizing again. We need to. You didn't hear about the bananas, man? Let me tell you something. Somebody made a suggestion, and the next thing we knew, thousands of packages arrived at fucking Citadel with bananas in them. Yes, we're apes forever. I could really discredit Lou on that. We're not fucking apes. That ain't what you said in the beginning, motherfucker. We flooded their LinkedIn accounts. Whoever was involved in this, we flooded their LinkedIn accounts. We went and found out who their friends were on LinkedIn, and we started sending them messages and links that said, you need to check this out. If you're invested in this company or this hedge fund, you need to pay attention to this. And we were sending those messages to everybody. We were attacking. We quit attacking, and now, where Frankie's right, we did not sit around with a victim mindset. You are now, and it's time to wake the fuck up and come up with some ideas that can help us. Like, my idea is I'm not buying until March 3rd. Anybody else got an idea? We flooded the link. Yeah. Squeeze versus Moaz. I've covered that. There's two squeezes going on here. There's the squeeze and there's the Moaz. And I've covered everything. Any questions before I go? I know $3 would be hard to resist. But can you imagine if 1 million motherfuckers bought 100 shares at $3, how much money we're giving them? The Ape Nation, the ape is just our mascot. Oh, boom. I got one more for you. If this motherfucker, y'all set the date, I will work with y'all. You set the date. I've tried to get YouTubers to do this, and they wouldn't do it. They don't want to do it, and so forth and so on. But I don't give a fuck. If it takes me to do it, I'll do it, and all y'all will be there. I will live stream a AMC shareholder town hall meeting like we're doing right now, and we will request Adam Aaron be there. If this does not pop off by March 15th, we will set March 15th. Let me write this down. March 15th, AMC Town Hall, where shareholders can get there and listen to the information. I'll try to recruit people like Jackson Hunter to come and talk to us and prove to you prove to you and me and Adam Aaron that they are nakedly shorting this stock. At that point, being the owners of the company, we can demand a committee be set up to investigate the accusations that Citadel or anybody else has nakedly shorted these stocks. March 22nd. Why March 22nd, G Money? I mean, this ain't set in stone. I'm working with y'all. So why you want to say March 22nd? Let's talk about this for another couple minutes. I'm at 2 hours and 10 minutes. We'll go to 2:15. Yeah, D. That's what I said earlier. I'm tired of giving them motherfuckers my money. It's time for you to pay me, not me pay you. I tried to talk to the ape father when he was talking about his protests. I said, you don't want to protest in New York. People can't be there. But if you have a live stream, then millions of people will show up. It's not going to get delisted. Do you think BlackRock and Vanguard are going to let this stock get delisted and they own all these fucking shares? Lou's not going to do it. As the owners of the company, we need to prove beyond a shadow of a doubt there's naked shorts. And I think Jackson Hunter would be a good person to come on and explain the situation to Adam Aaron. And then we want an investigation into this because it's affecting the price of our company. Settle for $3,000 and get a new wife. You can buy as long as they don't take the buy button. But listen, people, what difference would it make? If they took that buy button away today, what difference would that make to you? If you wake up or when the market opens, the G30, March 18th, G30. I don't know if I want to. I'll give it some thought. I got 18th, G30, 22nd. We'll figure it out. I'll do a town hall meeting if I could get some of these YouTubers, and I understand I only have a couple thousand subscribers, so the ones that have 14,000, 20,000, they don't see my comments, so I can't reach out to them. And but I would like to host the 2022 AMC Town Hall meeting. I would bring Jackson Hunter in. Jackson Hunter can explain beyond a shadow of a doubt to reassure your mind and my mind that there are synthetics and there are nakeds and something needs to be done about it. And then we can tell, we don't ask, we tell Adam Aaron we want a committee set up to investigate this. And we want results in 2 weeks. We don't want results next year. Boy, March 1st, AMC earnings were moved. Why would they do that? I've asked, and this is the last question. I've asked myself that question. Maybe there's really only one reason why they would move the date. Can it be? Tell me why. Tell me why, and I'm going to see if it matches my. Your baby pool table. Oh, your baby girl. Can Kanisa, your baby girl Kanisa. I hope I said that right. Hey, Kanisa. Sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. Your daddy's been sitting here with me. Chris been sitting here with me all this time. He's got to do whatever we tell him. We're the owners of this fucking company or we'll fire his ass. That's what most people don't understand. The power of us being shareholders and owning this float, we fucking tell him what he's going to do. I don't want to get upset. I believe AA knows the future price because he told you to be careful of the head fake, and we experienced a head fake. Boom. Who said that? Devin. That's exactly what I believe. I believe they moved this up to provide a narrative for the spike to 30 to 40 to 50, boom, 200. Yes, that is exactly why I think they moved this up. I could be wrong. It's been so long since I've been wrong, can't remember the last time, but I could be wrong. I've been wrong recently. I was wrong last week at 50. But I believe they moved that earnings date up because they know it's going to fucking spike. The computer's doing it. They know the computer's going to do it, and they got to have a narrative for it. They got to have a narrative other than we've been fucking over you for a year and a half. So the narrative they create, AMC is back. Here's y'all's money. Y'all save the company. Here's X amount. Take it or hold. It's up to you. I believe they moved the date up because they know it's going to fucking spike. I could be wrong, but I do. That's why I think they did it. All right. I'm going to show that one because he said the word shit. And YouTube blocked him for saying shit. Boy, I'm in trouble. If YouTube blocked you for saying shit, I'm in trouble. But I love y'all. That's why I've sat here for 2 hours and 18 minutes. We need, and I'm going to make y'all laugh before I leave. I was curious. You turn on YouTube and you look at the YouTubers that are talking about AMC. What do every YouTuber, famous YouTuber, have in common? Does anybody know? I ask the questions, I'll answer the questions. It works out better that way. They're all men. You've got me, you got Phil For Real, you got Frankie Muhammad, you got Trey, you got Matt, you got TMI, they're all men. All of your YouTubers that are popular that talk about AMC are men. Y'all feel that? So I went looking and I said, man, where the fucking female apes at? Where the women at that's talking about AMC? They got to have some women YouTubers that are talking about AMC. And boy, I found one. And I quit looking. I clicked on her video and this bitch is screaming, fucking old! What the fuck is your problem, people? All you have to do is buy. I'm like, holy shit. Never mind. I'm going to go watch Making Money with Eva. Eva, or whatever you say his name. But I am not. Bunny Stocks? But she's on Twitter, right? Oh no, Bunny Stocks. That's right. I forgot about Bunny Stocks. When I lost my last YouTube channel. When I lost my last YouTube channel, I was subscribed to Bunny Stocks, but thank you for reminding me of her. I just subscribed to her again. Because she gives some pretty good updates. Bunny Stocks' last video was 1 day ago. And it says, investors have no idea what's coming. raise somebody's last warning. Don't say I didn't tell you so. So I'm going to go check that video out right now. Make me another cup of coffee. And I'm going to eat some of this pecan praline king cake that I brought home. I love y'all. See y'all later. Do me a quick favor. Hit the like button before you leave. It helps with the algorithm, blah, blah, blah. Love y'all.